I want you to tell everyone who's listening all about your business. We're featuring businesses on the East Side, East Fort Lauderdale, talking to people who have businesses that cater to the East Side. I'm an entrepreneur. I work on the East Side, Fort Lauderdale, and I know you do business there. So tell us, introduce yourselves to those who don't know you and remind those who do what kind of work you do.
Oh, absolutely. I will go from the east to the west and the north to the south to do what I do. I call my brand Drive By Therapy on purpose. Before the pandemic, I would literally make house calls. I mean, what doctor is making house calls, you know? And so I am a doctor of clinical psychology. As I said, Drive By Therapy is my brand. Drivebytherapy.org is my website. If anybody is interested in individual sessions, couple sessions, or family interventions, literally, my office is in Tamarack, but I will do Zoom from wherever when it comes to South Florida. One of the things about what I do, my specialties would be like trauma recovery, grief. A lot of people don't really talk much about grief and loss. When it comes to death, we're just told to go to the funeral on Saturday and get to work by Monday. And we know there's a whole lot more that needs to happen in terms of processing in those 2 days to get back to work. Sometimes it's very difficult to function, which in my office, right here on the couch, I give you permission to basically not be fine. In the world, we're told to, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. How are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. We're not fine every day. And so I give you permission to not be fine. And that's something that a lot of people don't even know how to do. So even just coming to me, they have to realize like, oh, wow, my feelings matter here for this hour. Yeah, they do. And I'm going to remember your story. If you keep me around for one session or your entire life. A lot of times I've worked with people that struggle with anxiety and or depression, or like sometimes people that struggle with unresolved issues from their childhood trauma, and how those same issues get in the way of their romantic adult relationships. That's a huge one. I remember during the pandemic, it was a couple times where it was basically, you could tell that people were interested in my apologies, you could tell that people were interested in actually like possibly either getting a divorce from their spouse, and sometimes a divorce from their kids. And so those conversations are those difficult conversations that I don't mind having about how are you really feeling about the relationships that you have either nurtured or not nurtured throughout your life.
And do you, I'm sure you do, so I'll just ask it, you help people with coping skills and give them skills so they can cope in their lives with their various issues, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, that's the GPS destination. We just have to first figure out where are we now, and then possibly where did we get the very things that we're carrying to where we are. A lot of times we're carrying around a lot of heavy things. To be honest, a lot of folks don't even realize that once they get to my office, or we have sessions either on Zoom or through WhatsApp or Skype, they don't realize that they needed to lighten their load. I mean, for like years, sometimes when people talk to me that very first session, they're like, oh my God, I should have called you 20 years ago. And it's true. You probably should have called me 20 years ago. But when you do call, I tell everybody, I'm so proud of you, because we're not taught, people that look like us, we're not taught to actually ask for help, which ultimately is pride, but it's historical for us to just keep going. And I want to help to break some of those historical trauma kind of bonds to the struggle. We're kind of so used to the struggle that we don't really know how to thrive. And my hope is to help us get there on the east side and the west.
Thank you so much. And so can you tell people how they can get in touch with you if they're interested in receiving your services?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Okay, so you can always go on the website and do the contact. What is it called? There's a contact page. You just tell me who you are and what you're looking for. My real phone number is 510-798-2725. You will not get an assistant. That's my real phone number that I actually answer. I try to get back to folks within 24 hours. And then we'll just speak about your availability and my availability, and see how we can meet the two. And then hopefully we can meet within a couple months. My schedule is always booked out that far, but once we meet, then we can meet regularly for maybe the next 6 months, every week, every other week, once a month, depending on your budget. And so I look forward to whoever is having a moment right now and it's like, you know what? That's the person I need to call. Whenever you pick someone to help you work through your stuff, to get you either unstuck, or to get to that place of thriving, make sure that it's a good fit. And I tell people that all the time. I do not take insurance. I do take private pay, but I try to make my services affordable.
Thank you so much for spending time with us this morning, telling us about your business and how you can help people on the East Side as well as the West Side.
You know, I appreciate you.
Have a wonderful day.
Will do.
All
Bye,
right.
y'all.
Bye-bye.